So Carlow's history as one of development, of commercial development, of agriculture and trade, but also of turbulent history as regards possession and repossession by various owners. This would have gone right on to the area where you would have had periods of time where Carlow Castle would have been for many tens of years would have been idle and with no conflict. It would have been in a time of between conflicts and wars, a time of neglect and dereliction. The building in Castle fell into ruin. The outer skirting wall, which had been in an excess of 6 meters high and at least 3 meters wide at its base, would have run around the entire circumference of the site, and it can be still seen today. The roots are there, but the actual wall is long gone. What you see at the moment is only a fraction of the keep, as they called it at the time. It was cut dressed granite, and it stayed in the possession of caretaker stewards for many years until 1814, when it came to the attention of Dr. Parry Price Middleton, a psychiatrist from Dublin, whose main aim and agenda was to recreate the castle and reinvigorate the castle. He spent £2,000, which again a phenomenal amount for its time, would have been in millions in today's currency, to develop the castle as a lunatic asylum. Part of his plan was to actually redevelop the walls and the entrances. This involved a serious amount of remodelling and restructuring of the outer walls, which he tried to tackle with the aid of gunpowder and dynamite. And as you can see today, whatever the good doctor knew about medicine, he didn't have much of a clue as regards high explosives and munitions, because what we have today as a result, after he dynamited the walls, it systematically fell like a deck of cards. So what we have here today is only a fraction, but still a very tangible and living reminder of Carlow's long and military history that would have spanned the Norman conquest, the Elizabethan wars, Silken Thomas and the Desmond rebellions. Oliver Cromwell and Ayrton visited this in the English Civil War. The Carlow Castle declared on behalf of the Crown during the Charles II's reign, Charles I's reign. Parliamentarian forces occupied the castle after a siege of 3 months, and again great slaughter and great loss of life and property were had. Again, Carlow suffering greatly as a result of that. So it's a crisscross, a patchwork of history that Carlow has in what we see here today, even though it is probably one of its lesser visited sites. The purpose of this video is a series, one in a series, of getting to know the history and the castles around the town and county. It governed and controlled the trade of Carlow, but not only did it control it, but it encouraged development. Carlow, in its boom years, Strongbow, Richard de Clare, third Earl of Pembroke, was a key figure in developing the south, and particularly the southeast of the Pale of Leinster. Carlow was a major. The other castles in Escorty and New Ross and Athy and even Dublin played a secondary role to Carlow, and as I said earlier on, that Carlow became the financial heart of the Pale, and this mustn't be forgotten. Even the Carlow colours, the yellow, the green and the red, comes from the colours and the standard of Richard de Clare's, Earl Strongbow's pennant. So we have an ongoing link, if you like, in terms of the colours of the football jerseys of today that we see around the town and county. It's an area that has, unfortunately, fell into lapse as regards being a popular tourist attraction. There are plans, we're told, that they will be developed at some stage in the future, and hopefully so. This is crying out for development as a tourist attraction, a tourist amenity. People have come to see it. It is untold the amount of history that are in the walls that you have here, and it still today looks out over the majestic Barrow and the southeast Caleshan Hills. It's all part and parcel of the patchwork of Carlow's long and varied military history that I hope you will take part in by looking at these videos, looking at these presentations, and developing an interest in your community, because it is yours and mine. Every brick, every stone that you see there has a story to tell in its own way. The history of any community, as we've said before, and particularly in the County Carlow Military Museum, we promote the patchwork fibre, the tapestry of the history. Medical's history, sporting history, musical and arts, medicine, all deserve a rightful place and in the context of the community today. And likewise, Carlow's military history, going back to 1170 with the Norman invasion, and Carlow Castle's 800 years anniversary, is a thing to be remembered and acknowledged and developed and visited. And this is the message I want to give you today. Please visit these sites. They have stories to tell, they have people, interesting people in history, and I hope you enjoy the visit, learn about it, pass it on to your children and your family, and enjoy the visit to Carlow Castle. Thank you.